design system is easy to use once you get familiar with it. So we're going to come into command, and under the command today, we're all focused on designs. Now, designs are going to be a couple of different options. This includes designs for website pages, designs for email templates, designs for video, social media graphics, and print marketing materials. Now, when I came here, you're going to notice it says my design template. So if yours is blank or doesn't look like mine, that's okay, because this says mine. I have 332 marketing designs in the system. That's website, that's marketing pieces, flyers, my teaching, all kinds of stuff. So clearly, I use both systems, Canva and Command, at a higher level. Your job is just to say, hey, I want to have easy access to my listing flyer the way I like it, or the listing presentation, or that marketing graphic that has your picture and your branding or logos on it, and make that easy to get to. So that's a lot of what we're teaching today. So don't worry about this saying my design templates. I'm just looking at all 332 of my designs, and I can sort it by what are social media graphics, what are made for print, what are the videos that I've made. We actually have the ability to make a video, which I'm going to teach you first, because the video, you can make a video that's animated with data about your neighborhood in less than just a few minutes. So that's what we're going to start with today. And my goal is that you're going to walk out of here today with a couple marketing pieces. We're going to make a video that we can also post tomorrow with Facebook ads or not Facebook ads, with Facebook posting and Twitter posting with Post Scheduler. So today we're focused mainly on social media, the option for print, which would be printed flyers, door hangers, postcards, that kind of material. Video, which we're going to do together. And there's even an option here that says import PDF. You might have already paid somebody to do marketing for you in the past. Maybe you have a great newsletter flyer that's a PDF, or even stuff I've made in Canva. If I want to bring over any of my designs from Canva, I just download it as a PDF and I can import it as a PDF. This will give you the ability to take any PDF in the world and redo the colors, edit the text, redo the images. It's pretty good at using artificial intelligence to look at a marketing piece and then allow you to kind of rip it apart, take it apart, and edit it and make changes to it. So this is a great time saver. If you've already made great marketing pieces, or you hired somebody to make you great marketing pieces, if you can get a PDF of it, we can put it into the system. So if we have time at the end, I will show you a PDF. We'll save one of my designs today as a PDF, and I'll show you how I can import that in. But what I want to start with here, and for those that I know are going to come in and ask me, Jay, where are you? How'd you get here? So the easiest way to create marketing pieces is to come to Command, go to Designs, and you always start with the plus sign in the lower right-hand corner. The plus sign gives you the choices. So let's start with the easiest one first, which is I want to make a video. I want to make a video about my neighborhood that showcases what's great about the neighborhood and what's happening in that neighborhood. And I want to do this in a few moments. So I'm going to click video. And if you're following along, you can do this as well. And if you're watching on Facebook Live, you can follow along with this, and this will be recorded, so you can always come back and do it later. If I choose video and click next, this is going to let me search by a neighborhood name. So you would want to type in your neighborhood name. Now, I already looked up my neighborhood. Oh, that's the wrong neighborhood, dang it. Here we go. I was looking up neighborhoods. This is the neighborhood I'm moving to in Phoenix, Arizona. So I wanted to actually do a market snap about the neighborhood I'm moving to, so that when I start posting things, I can start posting about what's happening in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, when I type in the name of the neighborhood, it's got stuff in Colorado and other places, yet the one I want is right here for Phoenix, Arizona. So you would just type in the neighborhood name of what you want to look and do a video for. Now, there's a trick. If you happen to be in an area that doesn't have a neighborhood, that's okay. This tool can work for you too. So you can literally just type in any neighborhood name in the world and then change it if you want to. So this video widget is easy to use, and you technically can make it for any neighborhood, even if it doesn't exist in the neighborhood, in the system. Now, these neighborhoods come from Nextdoor. So if you don't know about Nextdoor, I encourage you to just get to know more about it. We have a partnership with Nextdoor. We're the only real estate company in the world that has a partnership with Nextdoor. And Nextdoor is an online social media platform for neighbors. Neighbors usually come on here and say, hey, we have a garage sale. Who has a good plumber? I lost my dog, can you help me? And this is one of our partners. So Nextdoor has neighborhoods for 300,000 neighborhood maps all across America. Now, all we get from them is the map, by the way, and the name of the neighborhood. So if you aren't sure if the neighborhood exists, you could come to nextdoor.com and just look up a neighborhood to see if it's available or not. The reason I wanted to mention that is because that's where this data is coming from. Now, if it wasn't here, let's say it's one of the neighborhoods that we don't have in the system, I can literally pick any of these and then override the name of it and the data of it and make a video for anything. So I'm going to stick with Highlands Mountain Park Ranch because that's my new neighborhood I'm moving into. Now, when I make this, you're going to notice it populated some data, but it's not locked. So you can change the name. So if it wasn't this neighborhood, and maybe my neighborhood's called Sunny Isles and it didn't exist in the system, I literally can rename it whatever you want to call it. Or maybe you're in an area where that is the right neighborhood map, yet Nextdoor called it the wrong neighborhood name. You can change this data. It's not locked. So you can just overwrite any of this. Average sale price of the homes are averaging at $387,000 in the area, and the home prices are on the rise, which for most of America is true everywhere. Average price per square footage. I don't like this decimal for the 53 cents. No one buys a house at $387,053. So I tend to delete those or round it up if that's what I need to do. So I like round whole numbers, just personally. And I could say maybe it's just holding steady because square footage can't be going down if home prices are going up. It just doesn't make sense. So I'm going to say holding steady. There are 3 homes for sale in that neighborhood. Now, clearly you would look in the MLS to verify if this is correct. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And they're saying 39 days on market. I'm just going to say 40 to round it up. So I wanted whole numbers here on everything. You can override this. If you know the price isn't 387 and it's more like 250, then just change it. It's not locked. All this data can be changed. Now it is going to pick 3 neighborhood features that they chose based on this neighborhood. Now I don't know anything about it, so I might just leave these here. But if you did know about the neighborhood, you're allowed to pick 3 of the top features of living in that neighborhood. So they've got things like fitness oriented, hardworking, yoga culture. And if you look at the drop down, there's all kinds of great stuff in here. Maybe it's great for dog lovers, fashion. I know I've got a mountain outside, so I'll keep fitness oriented, hardworking, and I'll get rid of yoga. And I'm going to come in here and there should be one about outdoors. Let's see if we got one. Historic, hops and brews, lots of dancing, nature, because I've got a mountain in my backyard. So that's something that I could put in here. I want to highlight the fact that if you were curious about this neighborhood, we're fitness oriented with hardworking people who enjoy nature. It's just 3 things that you like about the neighborhood. Now they're going to populate them. You can delete any of these that you don't like and obviously select what you want from the list. You're only allowed to have 3. Perfect. So then I'm going to go to agent information. Now it's already got my photo from the marketing profile. If you don't want to use that photo, you want a different photo, maybe a photo of you in front of a neighborhood sign, just change it. You can click right here and update a new agent photo. I've got my name already in here, real estate consultant's fine. I got my email address for info@JTeam Global and a local phone number. However, I do need to change that to my Arizona number really quick. So my Arizona number, if I have it in here, I'll have to look it up later. All right, okay, so I will go find my Arizona number and I'm gonna put that number in there instead. But for now, I'll just leave it as that phone number. What's your market center brokerage? Now, technically my license is in Florida still, so I will put that there. License number is required, so I will put in my state Florida license. Brokerage number is not required, and then you can put your office logo there. So the basic layout of this is the name of the neighborhood, home price, are they on the rise or are they steady, square footage, number of homes for sale, and number of days on market. The 3 features of the neighborhood, the contact information about the agent, and then your brokerage information. So I'm going to click next, and this is going to do its own magic, as we like to say, automagically. It's going to generate a video for me that has animations, the data in there, and a cute little song that goes with it. And then I will be able to use this video to upload to Facebook tomorrow and Twitter. I'll be able to save it to my computer, put it in an email. There's so many things that you can do with this video when it is done. And once this loads here, I will play the video for you as well. It's very short, just a few moments. So if you haven't done one of these, create a couple. And I've seen it do this where it kind of just comes right back to the generic. I click the next button again, and then it seems to make the video. So don't be alarmed if it did what mine did, which is kick me out of the video, and then it finished it the second time I did it. So here is my short video about Highlands Martin Park Ranch. It's going to be automatically animated for me, puts the date, the average sale price, price per first square footage, the number of homes that are for sale in that neighborhood right now, average days on market. Here's what people say about the neighborhood. Fitness-oriented, hardworking nature. Get the real information. Download my app today. A little billboard with my picture on it. And done. How cute is that video? It's so simple, and you can make a bunch of these. So I'll go ahead and save that to the computer. And now when I go to video, guess what? It's gonna be here for me to click and download it to my computer. And tomorrow I'll teach you how you can then share it on social media right from command. I don't even have to go to Facebook or Twitter. Now I would download this to use it maybe for Instagram or for another database system or a marketing system that you need to put the file into. So I'll download this video just to have it. But tomorrow when I teach you how to take this video and post on social media, you don't actually have to download it. So I love that they have the data for me here. And whenever I need to, I can just come and click on the information, download the video to my computer, post it on social media, or make another version of it. So it's nice and easy to make this video. And I challenge all of you today, just make one. Now, what I started doing is, you'll notice I have a bunch of videos here. I started picking one day a week to highlight a new neighborhood. So for me, it was Fridays. I decided to do a neighborhood highlight Friday. Every Friday, I would highlight a neighborhood and what I like about it, and then I would post on social media. That way, I can schedule an entire month's worth of content, and one day a week, I'm using one of these videos to do that. So it's just a fun tool, easy to do, that you all can do today. So that's the video. Nice and easy, easy to use, and now I have the access to it to put wherever I want it. Okay, well, what else can I make for marketing? Well, let's go show you the print side of what designs we have available. And I'm doing print first because you're probably not physically printing much right now, thanks to what we're going through. I think digital is the wave we're in, so we'll spend more time on digital, but I will preview what is available in print just so you can get familiar with what designs are available to you. So I'm gonna click on print this time, click the next button, and this is gonna take me into the design system. You'll notice it uses the word we brand sometimes, and the design system starts off with the KW app and some postcards to promote the app. So on the left-hand side, these are gonna be all the different categories. Things for listings, for buyers, lead generation, business basics, and if you happen to be in leadership like I am, you would have the leadership option. So these are all the different types of marketing stuff, and the number next to this means how many pieces were made for each one of these sections. So there's now hundreds of designs in Command that you could be using. So there's over 134 designs available to promote the app. On the right-hand side, you'll see the different type of print media. So jumbo postcards would be the big 6.5 by 11-inch giant postcards that they have available. So these are some of the layouts available for me to design. These postcards, by the way, have a front and a back, so they're 2 pages. I have a flyer version of the app to promote. I love this flyer as well. You can customize this flyer, and even if it's not printed, you get a digital copy of this to email somebody or put it on social media if you like the layout of this design as well. So there's a flyer version to promote your app. Large postcards, I believe, are the next size up, like 5 by 7 or something like that. So these are all postcard designs promoting my app. And then the standard postcards are your 4 by 6. So if you joined us last week, we actually did a course on how to do postcards, and you can actually learn from that class on how to do designs. Michelle says she has nothing under print. Make sure you're in under Google Chrome. If you're using any other browser, this could be blank for you. And if you are in Chrome, Michelle, click the 3 dots in the right-hand corner of Chrome and try incognito mode. I bet you it's not logging into WeBrand, and that's why it's on design. Now, answering Michelle's question really quick, I wonder, Michelle, if you click the button in designs that says print, that is your designs. You have to click the plus sign in command to then click on print to get where I am. So coming out of here, in case that's what's happening, because that happens a lot, I'm going back to designs really quick. If you click the print button here, that could be blank for you. That's not the place that you create a print. You have to click the plus sign to create something new and choose print here, and then you should see things. So I'm here in print, and as I was saying, so here's all the stuff related to my app. That's a printed material that I can design and make. The editor works the same, so when I show you the editor, when we're in social, it'll work for any of these printed materials. Now, if I come down to listings, I've got 2 versions of a listing presentation. By the way, they have 28 pages, and this is a build it yourself kit, meaning 10 of these pages are ready to go with no design editing needed. And then you get to choose which pages you want to add to this, up to 28 pages of this design. So there's 2 versions of a listing presentation. You can update the one you already have, or come in here and create one from scratch. They've got design materials for sale. You'll notice we have door hangers now. These do work. I had my one of my agents, Adriana, in Fort Lauderdale, did one of these designs and then sent it to a printing company, and the printing company made the door hangers for her based on the design from command, and they came out really nice. So that's another way that you guys can leverage this getting in here. Ah, gotcha. That's really great. I'm glad that you were able to get in there and start making the postcard. And yeah, and don't worry if you can't get it all done in one time, come back, right? I shared the designs and stuff from command. So if you're making your postcard, you don't have to finish it right now. Start the design and then get better with it. So these are the cool door hangers. I like these. They're also a front and a back, and they're made so that somebody can have them printed, or if you want to print at home, Avery is a printing company that does the labels. They have their do-it-yourself postcard, or sorry, door hanger kits that you can even print at home if you wanted to. So these are great. I've got a version of flyers. These are the flyers you're used to seeing, which would be, I want to have a flyer to promote my listing. These are awesome. These 6 up at the top are brand new. So if you didn't know, we're treating our design system a lot like Netflix, meaning we're going to go ahead and watch who's using what design. We're going to add more designs, take some designs away if no one's using them, and it's going to keep growing so it never gets stale. So just keep coming back and looking to see if there's any new designs today. I personally come in every once in a while when I'm getting ready to teach the class, and I'll go through every link just to see what's new. You'll also see on the home page of command, I'll show you here, if I go to command, on the home page, there is a widget that will tell you any of the new designs that are available. So one of our widgets on our home screen is around the designs. Here it is at the bottom, and this will show you a preview of new designs. So you can also see any new designs when you log into command if you look at the preview there. So these are ones for the flyer. I've also got postcard versions of a just listed for sale. I've got a trifold, which would be like your little brochure. Now these are all new because as of last week, we only had this one option. So now there's 7 choices. These are great to use that you can have printed, double-sided, and you get to take the layout and switch it out with the listing photos. They've got giant bifolds, which is like almost like a magazine type spread. It's a big booklet that folds in half. These are great. And then they've also got a bifold that folds more like a magazine. So these are all designs that you have available to use. And then you can go in and you can change the colors. I know there's a lot of red right now. The red isn't required. You can actually go and change the color to black, to blue, to yellow, to green, whatever you want. It's all customizable. Looking at the just listed, we've got some door hangers. Again, we have some bifolds. We have some trifolds, and then postcards, standard postcard, and the flyer as well. So this one just highlights the fact that you just listed the property instead of just for sale. You've also got some for price updates. You're getting the idea, right? You can come in and look at these, some flyers, postcards for price updates, neighborhood snaps. This is great if you're going to do a mailer that is like a neighborhood newsletter. If you're looking for a fun layout, I like these. These could take the same information you put in your video, and you can make a little graphic that says, here's what's happening in the neighborhood, and then write a little newsletter and send that to your people in your neighborhood. I personally get a newsletter from a real estate agent, and they still send it to me like from 1990. It looks like someone photocopied it from the 90s, and it looks like it was done on a typewriter. That's their newsletter. I could take the same content, make it look better with one of these graphics. So then there's a door hanger version of that and postcards that promote what's happening in the neighborhood. Some for open houses, door hangers, flyers for your open house. They've even got a printable, we want your feedback form, and then a postcard version as well. Things for just sold, and then local experts. A local expert is more of what you've seen when we give you like your language of real estate, proof in the numbers. I personally have used this one for a newsletter. I'll show it to you when we get to my designs here in a moment. So those are just some things that you can use to promote listings. They've got a section for buyers. Now, the difference between the buyer snaps and the listing snaps is the listing snaps would be to get a listing. Hey, let me tell you about your neighborhood. Do you want to have a listing here? The buyer version of this is actually going to say, would you like to move to this neighborhood? So it's focused on people who don't live there who might want to. Just so you know, they're like the same thing, just two different purposes. We have promotional things for Keller Mortgage, and then there's a buyer presentation, just like there's a listing presentation. This one has 31 pages that you can customize and edit and use and all that kind of stuff. So it's a printed digital / PDF printable version of a listing and buyer presentation. Things for lead generation, like door hangers for home value, postcards for home value, and a flyer to send to your neighborhoods if they're thinking about selling. Client invitations, door hangers for like your open house. Now we're doing a lot of stuff virtually, so we can show you the virtual version of that flyer. Things to say client love, like thank you cards, standard postcards. Business basics would be things like business cards and letterheads. So if you're looking for a letterhead that you want to customize to have your branding and your market center logo, this is stuff that you can create there. And if you happen to be in leadership like I am, there's some flyers here to promote some things for the KW app and some things around training around commands. So these are all designs and things that your leadership team has access to. And as I said, I was just going to preview those, but I will show you one of the designs I made was specifically for that neighborhood update. So let me go find my flyer. These are all different designs I've made, but the one I'm thinking of that I did recently, where are you? I was sending out a monthly newsletter to my neighbors, and I used one of those flyers, but branded it to me. So these are all about the app. Clearly, I do a lot with designs, as you can see from my designs here. Oh, come on, where are you? Okay. Yes, so just like in Canva, I create hundreds of pieces. Sorry, I usually have this pulled up for me. All right, well, I guess it's still in the list of things in here, but it was basically a one sheet paper that just said, here's what's happening in your neighborhood. And I used a program just to put in the latest stats. Okay, well, it's not showing up in this list, but it's all right. I'll get you the example. And what I'll do is share some of the marketing examples I've made. I'll share with you this one really quick. This is a R&D. We had a call to a banker agent who said, here's what my company does for me. And I literally took their flyer and created my own version of this. So this is technically a printed out sheet of paper. I branded it to a market center. And I took what Compass had, or sorry, Coldwell Banker had on a printed flyer that they told other agents, here's what we do. And I basically made the same thing for our agents. So you literally can create anything you want. And if I had a PDF version of Coldwell Banker's flyer, I could have technically put their flyer into my system and created it from there. So that's just some examples of things that you could do. Yeah, you can do your own design, Maricel. You would upload it as a PDF. Oh yes, Lakala asked if we created a flyer and they discontinue it, do you still have access to it? Yes, if you make a flyer, even if we get rid of that design, your design will never disappear. So that's a good one, is it won't actually go away. All right, but these are just some of the designs that I've made, so you guys can get some inspiration ideas and then start making your own fun designs. So that's the print side. Let's go to the social media and then we'll make some graphics in social media. So you're already seeing some of my previews here under social, that things that I've made. Let me see if I can find that printed flyer I was trying to point to you. Here's this page. There it is. Good Lord. I did so many designs I can't find my own marketing pieces. So this is a version of that flyer you saw under print that I made for my neighborhood. So if any of you are in one of my 3 offices, Coral Springs, Fort Lauderdale, or Aventura, our broker pays for a company called, oh, hold on, which is Trend Graphics. Trend Graphics. This is literally a picture from Trend Graphics. I just took a screenshot of my neighborhood, and when I ran the data on this, I went for a specific price range, single family homes only, and I basically made this layout, and then every month I just come in here and just change it. So I took one of the designs that they made, I was inspired by it, and then instead of having like, I think it was a picture of like 3 different designs here, I just popped in a graphic from another system, the MLS, in this case Trend Graphics, and just put a little graphic of what's happening in their neighborhood, and then just send this consistently to my neighbors. Just some good ideas of what things you can do as well. All right, so let's now do the social side. So we're back in command under designs, the plus sign, and social. So I'm going to click the next button for the social media graphic. And this one has even more content. So I would say the print side has maybe 100, 150 pieces. The social media side probably has 400 to 500 pieces that you can make. There is tons of stuff in here. So first thing you'll notice is we start with the app as well to promote your app. And these are the graphics that you can use. Now it says the word Instagram. Let me just preface, Instagram just means Instagram likes a square. This square image will work in Facebook, it'll work in LinkedIn, and it'll work in Twitter. So the universal size of a social media graphic is usually a square. So don't be stuck by this saying the word Instagram. You could use this in multiple other designs as well. And any of these designs, if that's not your area, like right now I'm in Florida, soon to be Arizona, and I don't think any of these homes fit either area. So I would take one of these graphics and change the background image to match one of the homes for sale in my neighborhood, or maybe in this case, a beach background or a desert background, and you can customize any of these. So I'm going to come to the listing side. As you'll see, there's tons of them for listing. So what if I want to promote my new listing? Well, we have these for sale templates. These are made for social media graphics, and they have it for Facebook. They have the same design made for Instagram in the square, the same one for Instagram stories / Facebook stories. So if you don't know what a Facebook story or Instagram story is, it usually takes up the size of your phone, and it only lasts 24 hours. Yet it's a great way to just promote a listing, coming soon, open house, and you can make a graphic for that version there. All right. Yeah, Paige, I'll share the flyer that I made so you guys can R&D it. So I've got Instagram stories, a version for LinkedIn, and a version for Twitter. If I'm being transparent, I don't use any of these 2, even though I'm on LinkedIn and Twitter. I don't want to have to create 5 versions of the same graphic. So I usually only create 2 maximum. I will either pick the Facebook size, which will work in the other systems, or Instagram because it's a square. Like I said, the square works everywhere, but even though it says Facebook, I find this works fine for Instagram as well. Twitter and LinkedIn will recognize this format. The only other time I make a second graphic is if I want it to be for Instagram or Facebook stories, which is to be that portrait mode to take up the whole view of your screen. So usually I'm only going to make one of these, and then I'll make an Instagram story if I wanted to say, hey, new open house or something coming soon. I don't make 5 versions of the same graphic. So these are all the different layouts. And again, you can change the color of these. You can change the text. I love that instead of you just posting a picture saying, join me for, look at my new listing. This is a way to put a picture and make the words jump out, right? Like just the deets, or I still like the major hard eyes as one of my favorite graphics, just because it's different. It stands out. We have ones for just listed, again, for Facebook, Instagram stories. I'm not going to go through all those next time. Just, you understand, right? You can just change the layout you want. I might do a square version of a new listing. I'll do one of those for you guys so you can see how to make a listing version. Price updates, this is huge right now. If you're getting price reductions and you're doing 10% price reductions to get the home to sell, use one of these graphics and post it on social media so people know there's a new price. Neighborhood snaps, so this is where it can highlight what's happening in the neighborhood. Again, they have it in all the formats. Open houses. My favorite one, honestly, is this open house graphic because it's got 4 pictures to highlight more of it in one graphic. So I personally like that one best. There's tons of different ones that you can use, and you'll see that they're all sized for whatever marketing piece you want to generate from this. If it's under contract, notice they've got yellow and blue. They only did that to show you can change the color to anything you want. Just sold graphics, we've got all kinds of great postcard, or I guess Facebook ads. They look like postcards. My favorite one, to be honest, is this one, sold in 10 days. And now that I'm looking at all these, I'm also drawn to this one on the right. But if you had sold it quick, like 1 day, sold in 2 days, 3 days, highlight the heck out of that. Highlight the fact that you sold it fast. People pay attention to that. I've got local expert, which would be, remember the language of real estate and that monthly everything happening in the neighborhood? Pick one number to focus on. Now, I wouldn't do it like interest rates right now, but I might do it on something like, what do buyers love right now? What's a trend? Like, what's the color trend of the year? Renting versus buying, I'm seeing that one work a lot right now. Maybe you can use something around Keller Mortgage and say, are you renting versus buying, right? And then have them go to a web page or a link to see how they can save money. So that's everything for listings. Under buyer, we have neighborhood snaps. Again, this is to highlight what you'd like to move to a neighborhood for outside people who don't live there. And this listing version is the same thing for people who live in the neighborhood. So notice it says looking to sell, or this version says, are you house hunting in this neighborhood? So same graphic, just different wording. And then they do have some graphics for Keller Mortgage. I've used some of these, this one to just say, hey, these are designed for Keller Mortgage, and then you can update your own. Oh, they have new ones for Facebook too. Awesome. Then lead generation, promoting your website. These are great graphics, kind of like a billboard that promotes your new website. So like I said, in 2 days, we're going to teach you how to set up your website and stuff. This would be great marketing flyers or graphics to post on Facebook to say, hey, go ahead and click one of these and you can promote your new website and say, hey, check out my website, right? Find the right home near the schools you want, or make sure your home has everything you want. And talking about the website, we have what's called a hero image. So here's my website if you want to look at it, jteamglobal.com. And on my home screen, this is what's called a hero image. Here's a collage right behind the search bar, and you get 5 of these images. I love the collage because it showcases inside of a home, outside a home. Here is Phoenix. I went ahead and put some pictures there. I've also got the beach. It's 5 images of what you want to showcase for your neighborhood. Here's one that highlights my app and people living. So those were designed right here. So if you're looking for graphics to put on your homepage of your website to make your website look different than everybody else, these are great. And honestly, this is my favorite one on the left, because what we found in testing websites, 99% of all your websites, I'll use the number one as an example, Zillow. Oh, now they talk about selling. This is new, but typically it's just a picture of a house on the homepage with the search bar. This stuff down below is new, but typically that's all it is. Every major website out there in the world only shows the outside of a home when you search. When we tested it, we got better results when people showed the inside of a home. Well, this collage shows the inside of a home, outside of a home, and then people living in the home. So it's like the trifecta of, hey, my website looks different by having that image. So you can customize any of these as well. Promoting home values, they've got it for Facebook, Instagram. You know, what's your home worth? I don't find this works as well anymore because people go to this site to find out what their home is for. So until we come out with the CMA tool, which we're working on soon, I'm not promoting this right now, honestly. I don't get the same results as I do for a new listing. Holiday greetings, we just finished some holidays. So we've got for Valentine's Day, we had these graphics, New Year's, Christmas. These are just holiday themes that you can use. Client testimonials, I love these. So what I like about them is everybody's got a Zillow review. Have you ever seen the Zillow review? It's just text and a green star. boring. What if I took the same statement, like Jay was wonderful to work with, and I just used one of these graphics with a human behind it? Do you think the words would come to life better? Yes, I don't even have to have it be my clients. It could just be one of these stock images, and I can use a person. We have tons of stock images of people that you can use, and it just puts a human element to someone's statement. So I love these, and I would highlight that you might want to do them to promote when you get a new, the next time you get a new testimonial. Just take it off of Zillow, put it into a picture like this, and then humanize the statement. There's event invitations for like Facebook for your open houses. You could use this right now for a virtual open house if you wanted to. Client love, these are for like happy birthday, happy home anniversary. I still like the cupcake, make a wish, which is a cupcake and a picture of the home. And then I love KW. These are tons of graphics to promote what happened in our last quarter stats. It's got information if you're new to KW or just moved. These are announcements that you can use. Now looking at this, it's time to make my announcement flyer from one of these graphics. Some Gary Keller quotes, and then some awesome graphics down below that you can use to just put out there into the world. So I love these graphics, and these are just fun to use and share out in the world. Business basics, email signatures, they've got two options. My advice, I've used these. The text looks fine if you look at it on a computer, but looks really small on a phone. So if you use one of these designs to make an email signature, just test it out on your phone. Maybe make the text a little bit larger so that they can read it on a phone. And then social media branding. This is great for, everyone needs a social media business page if you're gonna use our Facebook ads tool and if you wanna do the Facebook post scheduling. So these designs are made to showcase cover photos. So if I go to the, where'd it go? This is based social branding. So Twitter covers, LinkedIn covers, and then Facebook covers. So these are graphics that you can customize and then use in the background of your Facebook page, Twitter account, or LinkedIn. I'm using this one on my Twitter account right now. I haven't done one for LinkedIn yet. And then for Facebook, I created my own. But these are just easy to use, ready to go. And if you happen to be in leadership, we have some new stuff for leadership as well here that you can go look at. But the newest one is called Pivot Shift Ahead. So if you haven't joined us in the mornings on Facebook, that's one place to go. We've also made meeting backgrounds for Zoom. So you'll see I have a virtual background right now. You can actually come in here and create one of these for business and add your logo to it, add a Gary Keller quote, whatever you want, and then you can upload that to Zoom to use as a virtual background. So we've created some. KW has a bunch of KW Connect that's free to download of different Zoom backgrounds that are already branded with KW. Yet if you want to brand it for your team, this is a place that you can go and do that with. And then for Instagram, they've got, this is the new one as well for COVID-19. Here are some graphics that you can come and customize. So maybe you tell somebody what's happening in the last 24 hours. A lot of buyers and sellers are nervous right now. And if you show them that people are still buying and selling, they're more likely to say, oh, okay, well, I'll buy and sell too. You've got some options here of we're made for this. I used these this week. I posted this one yesterday. Quick tips to stay virtually connected. 5 ways that you can help those on the COVID-19 front lines. Quick budgets. No device activities for kids. And all of these you can brand with your logo. So we'll do one of those as well. All right, well, looking at all of our designs, let's go ahead and start with, actually, we'll start with one of these because they're easy and fast. So let's say I want to do for tomorrow, this little no device activities for kids. I want to share with my database, hey, here's some fun things you can do with the kids right now. So to edit a design, we're just going to click on the word use. This is going to open up our design editor. Now on the left-hand side are going to be tools. So here on the right, here is the image from the company. This one, I don't have to do much to. I don't need to add my photo to it. I'm really just changing this logo to my office logo, and that's all I have to do on this marketing piece. So I like how fast and easy this one is. If you come to the left, I've got images. So these are some company images that you can use from KW. There's a library to put your own images of stuff that I've already added to this. You've got some text boxes that you can do and some fun word art and banners. icons, which would be like clip art and stock images that you can add to this picture if you wanted to. I think there's some crayons in here if I look at this. If I remember correctly, where did I see those? It's a bunch of different clip art, basically. So I could pick one of those and put it over in the picture if I wanted to. Logos, these are the logos I've added. So I know I'm gonna wanna add my J-Team logo. So I'll go ahead and click here and add this logo. And I'm gonna shrink it down and put it in the corner here. Perfect. And then the office logo. I have learned just delete the logo out. Come to company and add your own logos, or in this case, I like to use a general KW logo. And I can just put that in the corner, and in just a few pieces, I'm done with this one. I don't need to do anything crazy. Like this image and all this stuff is already locked. You can change the text of these, by the way, but I'll just keep it simple for this example. I have my file and save button at the top. We're gonna use this tomorrow, so I don't actually have to download it to my computer, but if you make one of these, tomorrow I'll teach you how to post it to your Facebook business pages. And when you're done with this, you can hit the download button if you want. But again, I said it's already saved to design, so I don't have to download it. I'm just gonna click the tips here. I'll say no device tips, J-Team. My file and save, and I'm gonna click done on that one. So I've made the graphic, I'll have it to use later, and that one's done. Coming back to social, then let's do one that takes a little bit more work. So we're gonna go ahead and promote a new listing. So I'm gonna come into templates here. We're gonna go to listings, and I'm gonna use one of the for sale listings. And this time I'm gonna use it for Instagram and actually Facebook, because I like this major hard eyes one, just because it's different and I've never seen it before. So I'm gonna click on one of these templates, and the part that you'll notice differently about this design is on the left-hand side, I'll have images and stuff, but the new thing, KWLS. What if I can go get a listing and pull the listing photos automatically from the MLS? That's what KWLS is, and it will work on any listing. Doesn't matter if it's yours or not. So if I was looking at a home here in Florida, 4th North Ocean Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, let's see what comes up here. So let's say it's this first listing, 710 North Fort Lauderdale Beach Boulevard. If I select the listing, guess what? Here's all the photos. So I can literally click and drag this image over, which is a bad example, so I'm gonna undo that. Click on my image in the background, come here, and if you use this background image and replace it, I sometimes have issue with this one, so I'm just gonna delete that out. Click, drag it over. And just like that, I'm just dragging in the background to promote one of my new listings in a different background photo. So I like how it's easy just to switch out one of these back images. And there is that back image. Here's another one, major hard eyes. By the way, I can shrink this text down. So I like that fact of it. I will shrink it a little bit. Major hard eyes. I'm gonna come up top and change the color of the text. So I'm gonna change it to a color I have picked. My library colors, I like this blue. I've got my emoji here. I can make this larger or move it over to show more of the house. I can switch that out for my logo if I wanna have it in the image or if I don't need it in the image. Put that over here, maybe by the dining room table. And this text box is too big, so I'm going to shrink it down and change the color of the text to black. So just like that, I'm taking this design and just switching out for a few things. And now while I was finished with this design, this is another one. I can save it, file and save at the top. I don't have to download it for tomorrow, but I could download it if I want to as a JPEG, PNG, which are both pictures, or a PDF if I wanted to print this out somewhere. So I'll download it as a PNG just to have the image, put on Instagram if I want, or share it to someone. That way I have a graphic to use, and then tomorrow I'll teach you how you'll be able to quickly access your designs from Facebook instantly. Okay, well, let's do one that's a little bit harder. Let's do the same design for a new listing, Yet this time I'll do one where I have to type in more details. So looking at my different designs here, to do listing design, for sale. Oh, I brought up my flyers. It's okay, we'll do a flyer since we're here, we have time. So I'm gonna pick one of these to do a flyer. I'm gonna pick this one because I can show more of what tools can do. And obviously this is all gonna take practice. You have to go in and try it out and see how it works. So on the left-hand side, it starts with images first. So in the library, here's my picture. So I can switch out this agent picture with mine. Notice when I click the agent and I come over to mine, I have a little, what I call a swizzle, but it's a replace icon. If I click this, it switches it out to my picture. You also can click on a photo, like if I wanted to use one of these, and click and drag it over to these boxes, and it would just replace one of those images with one of the pictures that you have in your library. You also have options like to add the app. So that's an image that I made, and I can put this app image here and maybe put that in the corner of this flyer. Oops, let me get rid of these. So I love the fact that it's fairly simple once you've gotten used to it in practice to actually make your design. There we go. Delete that and delete that. Put my design in the corner there, for sale. Put in my information really quick. So I would just double click on this image, the text box, and just change it out for my information. Jay Cermak, put in my content details. Under company, we have some stock images. So these are new. We now have neighborhood pictures if you need neighborhood pictures. They had a lot of new stock images. That's awesome. Lifestyles at home. These are all free for you to use. House types. Oh, that's really good. Maybe now I can find Florida homes. App images. This is also great. Now they've got pictures to use to promote your app. So I love that because I kept making my own. So it'd be nice to not have to make them anymore. I could just use theirs. So a lot of these company images will be ones that we can use here. All right, perfect. So let's see. Okay. I'll share the flyer. How do you save images to your library? Okay, I'll show you, Billy. And then was there a template for the idea for kids from? That was one that KW made for me, Janet. So inside of social, under that pivot shift ahead, they made it. I just added my logo to it. So they came up with the template. All I had to do was just put my logo on it. So how do I upload the images to use in my library? So this is what Billy was asking. So notice when I'm under my library, it's kind of hard to see with my little arrow there. Typically there is a button in the lower left-hand corner that says add to my library. I'm finding it's not working right now, but I'll show it to you in another screen when I do another ad. There's a button down here usually that says add to my library. You get to add up to 8 images you use all the time. This is one way that you can use images over and over again. So I add to that library, my picture, my app, and then 4 backgrounds I use for the beach, which now I need to upload to have 4 backgrounds for the desert as well. Under add, you also could just connect it to Google Drive, Dropbox, or Facebook. So if you have a lot of images somewhere else, you could actually come to one of these like Google Drive. I could connect my Google Drive account and then go get the photos from Google Drive. That's another way to have images that you use over and over again. That's a place that you can go into there. Yep, Justin, I'll show you the shapes as well. All right, so you get the idea of just adding the custom library images here on the left. Text, here's the library that I've added. So sorry it's not there right now. It'll come back in a moment. There's supposed to be an add to library button. So these are things that I have programmed already into the system that I use over and over again. So I have things like I add this tagline, save thousands on color mortgage, ask me how. I typed it once and I get to use it over and over again. So I'm going to shrink it down and I'm going to put it right here next to my app. Just a little tagline. I've got my phone number. So notice I have this contact info. I'm going to delete that and delete that link. So I have a link for my app already done. There we go. So I can put this in place of that. Oops, don't move around. It takes practice. There we go. Delete that. I've got my text, and if you shrink it down, I only have to type it once. I just click it from the left side. Go back to text as well. I've also got my name. We already did that one. I've got my, the J team. Put that here, shrink it down, put it in the corner. My name's pretty small, so I'm gonna click on it and make that larger. There we go. And then I will put in really quick my phone number, shrink that down. So once you've added these things, I love how easy it makes it just to put in what I need. Done. So I've got my contact info and I've got my information here. Icons are here if I need them, which I don't for this example, but if I wanted to add any icons, that's like stock images, a picture of the app or the phone or whatever you want to use. Logos would be my own logo, so I haven't added my logo yet. So we'll go ahead and add my J-Team logo. I'm going to use the white one this time. And put this logo in maybe the sky. Okay, put my logo there. I'll put the KW logo here in the corner. Perfect. And then, oh, something's going on with these tools. Sometimes stuff's missing. KWLS is supposed to be here for me. So let me do this really quick. I'm going to save this design. Hit done on this, and I'm going to go back and see if the tools come back. So the good news is once you've saved it, you can come back as many times as you want. Okay, so before I do anything more, now the add to library button's missing, but the big one was KWLS. Like I want to go get the listing photos. So I'm going to do that again, 550 North Ocean Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale. So here was, these are different ones, here it is. So what I like about this is here are those images from the MLS. So I can go pick one of these like a balcony photo and drag it over to the second section. There we go. Put that picture there. This isn't a very attractive unit. They don't have enough photos, but we'll just grab this picture here in this corner. There we go. And then okay. So basically getting the photos from the MLS, which I do like. No, you just add it to the MLS automatically. No having to add it to KWLS. If you add it to the MLS, it comes into KWLS automatically. All right, so that's the photos, but what about the listing details? Like the address. Here's the address. So here's the good news. Click this address box, come over here to address and click the replace button and it switches it out. Now, the only thing it didn't do was put the state, which is okay. All I have to do then is come here and just hit comma FL, and the rest of it was typed in for me. I've got my 2-bedroom, 2-bath. This doesn't work for flipping it, so I'm going to see that this was sold. It is a 2, 3 bathrooms, half bath, 2 full, so it's 2.5. So 2-bedroom, 2.5 bath. So I will change the 3 to a 2, 2 bedrooms, 2.5 bath. Square footage isn't in here, but I will use year built in 2017, so it's newer. And then I'll just get rid of this one. So I'm just customizing whatever fields are there to highlight something there. It was listed, in this case it's a rental. So we'll just say it was for sale at, and I'll just change it, rental available at, and then what if this is the description I want to add? So here's the cool part. The description's at the bottom of this list. Switch it out, and there it just typed in the description for me. Now that's a long description, so I will move this down below to here, and then, oh, it didn't save my changes, that's all right. Go ahead and redo that. But I wanted you to see that I literally was able to just come over here and bring over the paragraph without having to type any of it in. That's the whole goal. How fast can you make the design? And once you have the template done once, it's easy just to reuse the same template. So let me replace my photo again. Let me get rid of the logos I had here. Okay, let me go get my picture we did. It's doing the app in the corner. Because all this is saved under my text, here is my name. And I will shrink that this way. Okay, I've got my phone number. So the hard part's the first time you make one. Then next time I do it, I just use it over and over again. Put that there, and then I just need to download my app, and that will be good. Okay, now I was asking about shapes as well. So that's the stuff on the left. The right-hand side, I've got drawing. So let's say drawing, I can literally use a pen to circle something and say like, hey, right here is the unit. So it's your ability to draw a shape if you want. Adding shapes, I tend to use the square a lot. So let's say I didn't want to have a picture here. Maybe I wanted details. I can literally take this square and rearrange it any way I want. So I can stretch it out this way, that way, change the color of this. So maybe instead of it being that color, I want it to be a gray square, gray outline. And then what I'm going to do is take the icons here to arrange it, send backward. Nope. Send forward one. I know why, because the text is blank. Change the text to a color like white. And just like that, I can now make it so that this paragraph, did it the wrong way. Fits into that shape better. So I love the fact that you can just take a shape, make the ones that you want. I do this a lot. Rearrange it the way I want to, change the color of that shape if you need to. You can also get rid of any of these things you don't want and just change it all. It's all totally 100% modifiable. So I like using the shapes. You've got some frames as well. So if I wanted my picture in a circle instead, delete my picture, come to frames and do a circle, drag a picture on top of that circle, and then shrink my circle down. So there's some cool frames. There's even more frames if you use the clip art version I was showing you under icons. So there's that image, and then you can also come here and just add text. If it wasn't for sale, it was just listed, just use the same layout. Just say just listed. And the text is a little bit big, so I will stretch out a little, and then I'll shrink it down, and I'll change the color to blue, blue. I don't have a color for that. There we go, the background color, I'll change that to blue. And just like that, I'm basically changing the piece the way that I want it to. Changing the background colors. You can get rid of this thing if you don't want it, by the way. It's all movable. I think what I would do is probably just move it over more, like that. Then when I'm done with the piece, I can save it. Come to my download button, and this time I'll do it as a PDF, and we'll finish the class with showing you how to upload a PDF. So if I do it as a PDF, I like to do the standard quality is fine, but if you're going to print it, you do high quality print resolution. I'll do standard web quality, start download. So I'm downloading it as a PDF, and then I'll show you how you can upload it into Command and change it. So the neat thing is this is also a way we can share designs with each other. So when I send you a PDF of that example, like Paige asked for, you guys will be able to upload your own. So I'm in designs again. We're going to use the import PDF button really quick. And I'm just going to drag that PDF in so I can edit it. So right here in the center, import files, enter your thing for PDF. I'm going to click and drag my PDF up here. Usually it takes it a moment, depending on how large that PDF is. Oh, there it is. I come and click on this. The first time you click on it, sometimes it asks you what design is this? And this is a PDF, by the way. But it's uploading the PDF. Hold on, what was it might change? It's supposed to look like that. Oh, I know why. Never mind. Okay, so let's do this again. Import PDF, next. I'm gonna just click here to get it. There we go. That's the PDF, it should be blue. Oh, there it is, uploading in the right-hand corner. I just did it too fast. So it's actually gonna upload this PDF and then let me click on it, edit it, change the pictures, switch things out, and actually let you edit a design. So there's a lot of things to do with designs. To recap what we did today, we talked about how to make your own video with the design tool. So while that's all loading, I'm gonna come in here to designs this way. So we were able to make a plus sign and do the video for a neighborhood page, a social media graphic, a print graphic, and even imported PDF. And these are the ones we're showing here. I'm not teaching email templates yet because the email system isn't fully functional just yet. So I will teach the email templates when the new ones come out, because you can create an email template, but it's not ready to send it out to everybody. It would work on an iPad, Mary, only if you use Google Chrome. You have to download Google Chrome. It's free. That's what I do on my iPad, and I'm able to do that in Google Chrome, and it should work for you. And then, yeah, Kara will do the email design templates when the email system comes out in the next couple of weeks. It's supposed to be rolling out very soon. For now, it only works with MailChimp, so I'm not teaching it just yet. All right, well, we'll open up for questions after this, but thank you guys for watching if you're on the live stream. We taught a lot of the design stuff here, and then I will go ahead and open it up for Q&A. So if you guys have questions or anything to ask, you're welcome to ask us. While we're doing this, let me stop share and stop it on Facebook. All right, perfect. Does anyone have any questions that I can answer? Hey, Dana, how are you doing? All right, well, thanks, Billy. Glad you enjoyed the training. Good, good, good. You guys are muted, so if anyone wants to ask any questions, you can unmute yourself and we will answer any questions.
This is really helpful. Thank you, Jay.
You got it. I think it's a powerful tool to use, and it's our turn to start using this to tell our story better. Yeah, exactly, Justin. It is a lot like Canva, which is great. And that's why I use the shapes. So I've literally created stuff from scratch in there because I knew I can R&D anything in the world thanks to those shapes and put them in different stuff. So I love that fact. Anita, you asked about anyone having trouble downloading the high quality resolution of a PDF. I haven't had trouble with it, but it's a pretty big file. So if you do like a high quality, let's say it was my listing flyer, I've seen that be like 10 megabytes. So it might take it a couple minutes to fully download. So if you do that, try it again. It doesn't go fast for that one. You might want to just give it a little bit more time. Yep, Janet, they're still working on the ability to add more than 50 contacts to a smart plan. So soon there'll be more options to do that and adding more things. But for now, 50 in a smart plan. If you do tags though, you can add more than 50 in smart plans under tags. So if you tag somebody like a neighborhood, you can now do smart plans and add a tag there. So we taught smart plans last week, and you can see the video on that, but you can use a tag to pick 200 people with the same tag and add them all to a smart plan, which doesn't pay attention to the 50. Awesome. Any other questions anybody has?
Hey Jay, this is Billy Cook.
Yes.
Hey, quick question. Can you schedule uploads to social media from the Command platform?
Yeah, so that's what we're actually gonna teach tomorrow. So come back tomorrow at 2 o'clock. That's exactly what we're gonna show. So inside of campaigns, we have the ability for Facebook and Twitter to schedule videos, social media posts, when do things go out, and you can actually schedule an entire month worth of content. So what we built today, make one of those designs today, and then tomorrow I'll show you how you can get it onto the social media platform.
Awesome, man, thanks.
You got it. Okay, anybody else have any questions? All right, well, just to remind everybody, I'll go ahead and hit share here that our training for the rest of the week. So tomorrow we will show you, let me get rid of that toolbar there. So tomorrow we're going to focus on exactly that, Facebook and Twitter, how to take those social media graphics. So I'm not going to spend a whole hour on it, but I will remind anybody who wasn't on the call where they can go to designs and make a flyer or make that social media graphic. And then tomorrow we'll do some posting. And to make it easy for everybody, tomorrow I will also create some easy to share post for you guys to just copy and paste. So that'll be a neat thing that we can do tomorrow. And then Wednesday we will do the app. And again, next month we'll continue training, but we'll just slow it down a little and do 30-minute segments every Monday. Well, thank you guys for being here today. As always, you can also follow me on YouTube, and I will send the recordings.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Have a good one.